Three basic kicks that every martial artist should know and master, especially in Taekwondo. Let's go right now. Bam! Number one, apchagi, front kick. Up means front, chagi means kick. The most basic way to do this is make sure you're starting your guarding stance, and from here you want to lift your knee up as hard as you can to the front, and you want to tuck your heel all the way to your glutes, and then from here when you snap, this is the most important part, you want to pivot and snap together. And you're probably asking, how much degree do I have to pivot on my supporting leg? That's a good question. 90 degrees. So once again, as soon as you drive your knee up to the highest point, then you have to snap really fast and pivot at the same time, bam, just like this, without overturning your shoulders. Because some people, when they do a front kick, they do this. And that's because they're not controlling their arms. So your arms from here, you want to set down to your chest. There's actually two ways in Pumse, which is forms. We can get into that in another video. So make sure you guys subscribe so you guys can get all the content as well on my channel. So number one is keep your hands to your chest, relax your elbows and shoulders, and bam, just like that. Make it nice and clean and sharp. Another way is to make it faster by using your hands pulling downwards, but some people, they go up and down like this. Don't do that. Just from here, bam, in a short, fast motion like that. I'm telling you, if you master these 5 basic kicks, you pretty much will master all the other advanced Taekwondo kicks out there. So this is super important to master. Kick number 2 is 돌려 차기, which is roundhouse kick. 돌려 is turn, 차기 is kick. See? Up, front, 차기, kick, 돌려 차기. Pretty much the same, right? So for the basic roundhouse kick, what you want to do is bend your knee straight forward as before, like front kick. See the pattern? But here is so important. When you turn this knee, do not turn it on the outside like this. Make sure you turn it inwards this way, 45 degrees, by pushing your hip in. And how do you push your hip in? We call this interior tilt. So from this position, you kind of want to stretch it out, or just like a morning stretch. That's what you want to feel like on the bottom part of your torso when you do a roundhouse kick. So I will demonstrate without the interior tilt. It kind of looks like this. Very short. It's not really great, but with the interior tilt pushing my hip in, it looks so much sharper and better. Side view, no interior tilt, and with interior tilt, pushing it in, just like that. So you're probably also asking, how much degree do I have to pivot? 180 degrees. So if you're starting here, you want to turn all the way 180. As you see, my foot is pointing back. That is so important. And remember about the shoulders that I talked about in front kick. It's the same as roundhouse kick. This time you want to counter it with your other hand, just like this, bam, so that you don't overturn your shoulders. If you don't do that, what happens is you can't really follow with the next kick. So you have to make sure you relax your shoulders. Imagine you don't have an upper body anymore. Like it's not in motion. It's like disabled. And all you have is your lower body and your arms. So relax your whole body. Just kick with your hips, pivot, arms, bam, together, and no motion on the upper body. That is so important to master basically all your kicks. Now, this last kick is actually one of the most hardest kicks to execute properly in Taekwondo, which is yup chagi. If you can guess what that is, yup is side and chagi, yeah, you guys got it, kick. So yup chagi is side kick, and this is actually very challenging. It's actually easy to do it not correctly, but it's actually challenging to do it beautifully and with power and sharpness and speed. So simple steps is bend your knee, don't bend it to the front. You want to bend it all the way to the side in one motion right away, like all the way in, like this. But remember, don't use your upper body. If you turn with your upper body like this first, what happens is you overturn and you will lose balance. So your shoulders don't even exist, okay? And then just turn like this and bend your knee all the way toward your chest. And a nice tip here, when you bend your knee, bend it to the opposite side of your shoulder. So you're bending it like this. So it's more on a diagonal. And when you do that, make sure you imagine that there's some weight on your toes, and you're just pulling that weight on your toes and just flicking it up as you bend your knee all the way to your other chest. So you have a nice motion there. And this is kind of tricky, but I believe you guys can do it. Number one, as soon as you do this, the bottom leg, your supporting leg, it should be 90-degree pivot. And when you extend, you want to do the morning stretch, right? The morning stretch. This is really important for a side kick. And you want to pivot 90 degree again, or wait, 45 degree. So you have a 180 degree pivot at the same time. So common mistake on 옆차기, side kick, is they don't pivot 180 degrees. So then what happens is kind of like this. Number 2 is their toes are higher than their heels. So you don't want to do that either. And you want to kick with the blade of your foot along with your heel, not your toes, not the bottom, the blade. And your hands in Taekwondo, you want to go to the opposite side of your body to make it nice and sharp and beautiful at the same time. And this is a pro tip. If you feel that you're kicking side kick pretty decently high, but you're always like falling backwards, what you want to do is you want to go in this position, and from here you want to push this leg forward just like that. You see how I'm on my heels now? And that will actually help distribute the weight towards the kicking leg rather than the balancing leg. Think about it. If you have more weight on the balancing leg, then you will most likely fall back. But if you have more weight on the kicking leg, at the same time you push your hip forward and you're kicking really high, you'll actually go forward in a very beautiful motion. By the way, if you guys really like the value that I'm giving you in this video, please click that like button. And also, if you want to train at home personally with me, you can actually check out the links below, and I have online courses especially made for the basic fundamentals. And if you master like all the fundamentals in that course, you pretty much mastered Taekwondo. Only the kicking part though. There's so many other areas in Taekwondo that, the kicking is just like scratch on the surface. By the way, if you're subscribed, thank you. But if you're not subscribed, I would click that subscribe button and also turn on all those notification bells so that you can get a lot of awesome tips from my videos. And if you're new to Taekwondo or you're an advanced or you're actually teaching, you guys can use my teaching tips and you guys can use my videos to help you achieve whatever you guys want to achieve in martial arts. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys are staying healthy and safe. And in the meantime, before we see each other next week, please check out this video or this video for your preference, and we'll see you then. Take care and have a great day. Bam.